Well, good evening and welcome to Rushler Gymnasium. It is the Region 9 North Volleyball game of the night on a Wednesday as we welcome in the Northwest Trappers to Rushler Gymnasium. Rustlers heading off into the locker room while the Trappers in their red uniforms warming up on the court. And it is a chance to tell you that this is our Porter's pregame show brought to you by Porter's Mountain View Supply in Riverton and in Casper. Also, our stat sponsor, Buckle Up for Life Wyoming, reminding you to buckle up every trip, every time. Our scoreboard sponsor is Fremont Chevy on North Federal Boulevard in Riverton, and our postgame sponsor, Bailey Enterprises and the Bailey Pit Stop Travel Centers, which there is one in Powell, as a matter of fact, and there's also several around Fremont County as well. We're going to start by taking a look at some of what the other Rustler athletes have been up to around Central Wyoming College. And it was a big weekend for men's cross country as Davian Spoonhunter, a graduate of Riverton High School, was crowned the Region 9 champion. They ran that cross country meet at the Alpine Science Institute above Lander, CWC's campus, for the farm program and a lot of other things at ASI. And Davian Spoonhunter was the overall champion. 3 runners will be going. Izzy, Ann, and Davian will be representing CWC at the Nationals in Fort Dodge, Iowa next week. But Davian Spoonhunter is the Region 9 men's champion, so congratulations to him for that. Unfortunately, the historic soccer seasons have come to an end. The CWC ladies fell at LCCC. Final count was 2-0 in that ball game. And the CWC men fell 3-0 to Otero, who is nationally ranked. Otero will host Northwest College men for the Region 9 championship this upcoming weekend and a chance to go on to nationals. So the Trapper ladies were eliminated by Riverton by CWC the week before. Historic run in that first winning season in 7 years at CWC. First playoff appearance and first home playoff game for the CWC women's soccer team, so that was pretty exciting.
What a remarkable season. Both these coaches stepped in, first-time head coaches.
Yes.
You know, that's and young.
At 27 and 24 now, yeah.
So it's pretty remarkable to see how quickly they turn that program around, and hopefully it's going to just get better from here.
Well,
so.
And you've seen it, though, and you hate to see it go the other way, too, because at junior college, it can upswing fast and it can downswing fast, but these coaches, a lot of recruiting opportunities coming out of winning, definitely, and we're starting to see the fruits of that labor a little bit.
Yep, so it's going to be already kind of one of those exciting things for next year, and it's just great fall sports season all the way around at CWC.
Winter sports season begins Friday as the CWC men's and women's basketball teams will play their first games of the year. Halloween Day, the men will travel to Rock Springs for the Western Wyoming College invite there. They will take on Utah State Eastern, and then on Saturday we'll play Lamar. Keith Wyatt, in his second season as the head coach of the women, will take his team to Twin Falls, Idaho. They'll play North Idaho and Southern Idaho, so they'll play the two Axis teams from the state of Idaho on Friday and Saturday as the winter sports season is getting underway already. And the way the wind has felt the last couple of days, you can kind of feel that in the air a little bit here as well.
Time change this weekend, and life is going to be different.
Yeah, I think that's the scarier part of a Halloween weekend is the time change that is coming up for sure. He's Devin Davis. I'm John Gabrielson. We'll take a break. We'll come back after this message from Porter's Mountain View Supply and our other sponsors. The pregame show continues. We'll take a look at this match and the standings in the Region 9 North right after this.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We've got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Hey, grab me one too.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Porter's.
For some reason, it tries to loop back on me, so I have to jump out of those commercials real quick, and we'll get that addressed hopefully one day. Let's look at standings right now, though, and let's go to the 2025-26 Region 9 women's volleyball standings. And you see Casper College, unbeaten in the conference play. They're 10-0. And then right behind them is Laramie County, who is 8-2. And one of those two losses is to Casper. The other came to CWC last week, a 3-set win at Cheyenne. Big win for Coach Kim Davis and the Rustlers.
Kim got home and just said that was probably one of the best all-around performances we've had this year. And this is the time of the year where you want to see that.
Absolutely. So it's kind of a catch-22, though. You end up as the number 2 seed. Then you're on the same side as NJC. But you got to beat NJC if you want to win the Region 9 championship anyway. But then would you want to be on Casper's side? Because Casper's beaten you twice as well. So you just go out there and try to win every game that's in front of you and don't worry about it and take care of business.
That's what I think the mindset is here is, hey, we're going to have to beat one of those teams anyway. So it doesn't matter when.
LCCC has to play Casper this weekend, so you could conceivably see a tie if Riverton takes care of business against the two teams on the bottom side of the roster, unfortunately for Northwest and for Western. But if CWC holds court on the home court, they would end up with a tiebreaker win over LCCC for having lost in 4 sets here, but winning in 3 sets there. So CWC would get the tiebreaker and get that 2 seed. But there's a long way to go before you get there. LCCC has to play Casper. CWC has to play 2 games and win them both to get there as well. So that's what your standings are looking like. And the top 4 go. So right now you've got Eastern and Gillette kind of battling it out for that number 4 spot. In 4 goes, 5, 6, 7 do not go to the Region 9 tournament.
Do you know where they play? Does Eastern play Gillette, or does that? I have to ask you that. I was just curious what they have left.
I got to scroll through a couple of months of schedules here to look at that. Yeah, I would imagine that they do, because Eastern and LCCC, I think, play Casper and Gillette this weekend. But let's just look and make sure that we know what we're talking about. Let's see. Tonight, only game in town, Northwest and CWC, the only games in the Region 9. Western at Northwest on Friday, Eastern at Casper, LCCC at Gillette on Friday. Then on Saturday, Eastern and Gillette will battle and possibly sort out that number 5 seed.
That could be down to who goes.
Yeah, and then LCCC and Casper battling on Saturday as well for that 2 seed. I think Casper would have to lose both, and LCCC would have to win both to force a tie, and then LCCC would have to win and more. I think Casper's kind of got that number 1 seed fairly well, pretty good stranglehold on that. But should be a great night for spectators here tonight, as every team is here at home tonight. The women's basketball team is in attendance. I saw the men's soccer team in attendance. I see some CWC golfers in the house, so a lot of peer support tonight for the CWC Rustlers. And
it's kind of a weird time too, because like I said, I think they've played this on Tuesday and moved up to Wednesday, and I think actually, it's kind of nice because some of the parents can come up and see their kids play.
And I think it's just they moved it to Wednesday because coming back on a Tuesday again with just one night of practice from the weekend, granted, it's only 1 day more, but it's 1 day more before you get back out onto the court and see what happens right there as well. So Kim Davis in her 3rd season as the head coach of the CWC Rustlers, taking on Nicole Buck, who is the head coach at Northwest in her 1st season, taking over as Scott Keister stepped down last year. Penny Gwynn is the assistant, and a familiar face on the assistant bench as well in Jordanelle Anderson, former Riverton High School standout, wearing the plaid skirt on the sideline there, and she's an assistant on this team working at the hospital in Powell. Let's turn this over to PA Dish announcer Steve Barlow.
Please rise for the national anthem. Before we announce the players, I just want to remind everyone to please be respectful of the coaches, officials, and these players out here doing what they love with all your language and all of your actions, please. Thank you. All right, now let's meet the non-starters first for the Trappers. First, number 1, Trinity Frank. Number 7, Vinaya Vanderplug. Number 9, Natalie Hayter. Number 10, Landry Meeks. Number 12, Neve Bell. Number 13, Taylor Carlson. Number 14, Riley Arnold. And number 23, Isabella Walton. Now for your starters. From McCall, Idaho, number 2, Alexandria Arnold. Also from McCall, Idaho, Lepero, number 3, Shyla Arnold. From Green River, Wyoming, number 4, Eva Murray. From Dayton, Wyoming, number 5, McKinley Scammon. From Moreland, Wyoming, number 6, Eliana Baumstark. From Idaho Falls, number 8, Aiden Madashaw. And from Elko, Nevada, number 11, Bracken Larson. Trappers are coached by head coach Nicole Buck, assisted by Penny Gwynn. Now let's meet your Rustlers. First and our starters. Number 1, Coco Dennison. Number 6, Paige Tolman. Number 10, Ellis Swenson. Number 11, Kennedy Noseep. Number 16, Emily Van Ginkel. Number 19, Brinley Birch. And number 22, Kendall McFadden. Now for your starters. First, from Fillmore, Utah, number 2, Nora Rasmussen. From Spanish Fork, Utah, number 5, Sarah Maservi. From Santa Quinn, Utah, number 8, Presley Ryan. From Bingham City, Utah, number 13, the libero, Hallie Reeder. From Mapleton, Utah, number 23, Rachel Workman. From Payson, Utah, number 24, Quincy Matthews. And from Farmington, Utah, number 25, Lena Whitney. Wrestlers coached by head coach Kim Davis. Good luck, ladies.
Teams meeting at the net. Getting ready. Central won the first time around, and they did so at Northwest earlier this year. Central in their home whites, orange numbers, black Central on the front and the back of their uniforms. Trappers in their red uniforms, gray numbers that are going to be hard to pick up for these 54-year-old eyes.
That's for sure.
Central would win 3-1 at Northwest the first time around.
Well, and Coach Davis was kind of pleasantly surprised with this Trapper team as they just kind of hung around and were a little pesty all the way around. And she said she's got some good stuff going over on that side.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure when Nicole took over as the head coach. A lot of times you see they get in very late in the recruiting process, very late into the team building aspect of things, and that first year you just have to do what you can do. And like you said, Kim, giving accolades to Nicole for putting that squad together. There you see Kim Davis in her third season. 8 sophomores going to be recognized on Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock when Fred Ann Soto and the Western Mustangs come to Riverton. And starting things off is Aiden Modishaw, 5'11", sophomore out of Idaho Falls. And they will start first, and we are underway. You heard the starters. Good pickup by Alexandria Arnold, and she'll have a swing at it, blocked by Maservi. And by Workman, again, they get a piece of it. That's more than partially blocked, Devin, as we get that out of the way quickly. Workman touched at the net, poked over. Rasmussen sends it over. Libero Arnold comes and gets it. Another block, Maservi. Over the top. Long rally on point number 1. Back row, Ryan. Arnold is there. Back to the other Arnold on the outside, and she'll send it long and out. There are 3 Arnolds on this roster.
I was just going to say, well, I mean, when you get triplets, you probably...
They're actually quadruplets.
Quadruplets?
They have a brother.
Oh, my gosh.
They made it clear he is not on the team, however. So 3 Arnolds, but they're 3 of 4 as Central sends that long for a service error. But they are quadruplets. And I was thinking last week I did CWC women's basketball against Carroll College. Kennedy Neiman from Cody is playing for the varsity squad up there, and service errors come in pairs, and that comes to fruition on that play as we're now at 2-1. Central, in fact, is out in front, but they are triplets, Kennedy and Reese Neiman, and then their brother. And Kennedy's playing on at Carroll College on the varsity squad. And then we have quadruplets here today. Nice dig in the back row.
Holy cow.
4-time defensive player of the week in Region 9, Hallie Johnson, showing why, as Workman will put it over.
Good hustle by both teams.
To the outside, block Maservi. Actually, it's Whitney and Workman, and then putting it down from the middle is Aiden Modishaw.
Dug that up, but you couldn't get a block up because you didn't know what was going to happen, really. So just unfortunately the right time at the wrong place. The wrong time at the right place.
2 apiece. They'll serve at Rasmussen. Whitney, vintage Lena Whitney, hammering that one down the middle. Interesting conversation with Hallie Reeder Johnson Monday. I believe I talked with her and Sarah for the radio broadcast, and she says that their lateral movement has really kind of been limited by that brace, but you wouldn't know it the way she gets around out there. And she's been named the player of the week defensively 4 times in the conference already, as Presley sends it off of a Trapper at
She's-
tallies.
You know, I mean, she has just been a big part of this success. Is like she plays well game in and game out. If there's one player that's always there, it always feels like it's Hallie.
Dig by Rasmussen in the backcourt on a shot by Scammon, and then Presley Ryan. Presley Ryan. I'll get her name in there.
Don't you think that would
both ways
be hard? I mean, for Hallie though, as a libero, I mean, you don't really get the spotlight, do you? Unless you serve an ace.
Well, you're out there in the contrasting uniform. You'd think there'd be a lot more eyes on you.
Yeah, it's probably true.
In that, but
nobody really.
I think you recognize those good ones, like her, when you see that and what good liberos do and what they do for a team. As Coco Dennison has checked into the contest, and Presley Ryan and company are up 6-2. 2 kills by Presley, by the way. Matthews is in the net.
But and it's, we all oftentimes think of the setter as kind of the captain or QB out on
right.
and I think that's true. But really, honestly, I never really thought about that. But Hallie is the one, if you listen to her, directing her teammates and making sure they're in the right position.
There is a lot of chatter that happens, and I don't mean that in a disingenuous way, but the communication that they have between the 6 girls on every hit, it seems like, is fairly incredible. Matthews pokes that up in the air, and then an overpass. Chicken winged back up. Matthews sends it to the other side. Riley Arnold picked it up. Rasmussen picks that one up. Ryan blocked. Carlson and Murray at the net blocking that one down.
A lot of just good ball movement. And
Carlson, a 5'10 sophomore out of Blackfoot, Idaho, getting the block. Serving, Arnold, Riley Arnold. They're all out of McCall, Idaho, all listed at 5'5 on top of it. All 3. Ryan sends it over, tapped over. There's Johnson. Rasmussen, back row attack is in. Shyla Arnold touching the number 3 on her chest, saying that's my bad. She couldn't get to that one, and it's 7-4 Central.
Good job of reading the floor and putting that where you needed to.
Presley Ryan serving. Blocked by Whitney. Pushing it back over is Carlson. Rasmussen goes cross. Arnold is there. Nice dig. Second hit can't get there, though. Good effort to get there the first time by Hallie, but after that, nobody else was there to be able to help us. She couldn't get it far enough. And she puts it back into the hands of the Trappers at 7-5. You see a good look at Coach Burke with Jordanelle Anderson behind her. Jordanelle, a CNA, working at the Powell Hospital after she graduated in December from Northwest College. Rasmussen blocked again. Murray and Carlson into the game has been a difference maker for the
shifted everything a little bit.
Visitors. Dennison with the receive. Whitney's going to pass it over. Arnold to the near side, partially blocked. Central. I don't mean that tongue-in-cheek. It actually was. Tapped over, and that was a good placement by Carlson.
Powell you can already tell that our blocking has had a little effect on everything because they really seem to be tipping away.
Yeah,
but
placing more stuff than as opposed to hitting more stuff. And a service error into the net goes McKinley Scammon. Tongue River High School product, 5'8 freshman from Dayton.
Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, a lot of local kids.
Yeah, Douglas, Buffalo, Sheridan, Worland, Basin, Wyoming, Riverside Rebels. Down the line, it hits the antenna. That's out. by Carlson. So her stats are not showing it, but I have her for at least a couple of blocks, but the official stats not representing that. 9-7 Central. Whitney serves. Arnold blocked, but out of bounds by Meserve. Oh, and they touched it.
It went off of the hitter, off of her shoulder, I thought I saw.
Central will get it back. 10-7, good block at the front. Sarah Meserve interviewed her with Hallie. Sarah stepping in more full-time. She had played, nice cross by Carlson, but Sarah had played, but with the absence now of Lindsay Stewart, who was on the bench with a knee brace on for Central after undergoing surgery on the other knee from the knee that she had last year. Her absence has green-lighted a lot more playing time for Meserve, who goes to the ground to get that one. And then Rasmussen pokes it over, and it'll be ricocheted by the Trappers and to the ground, and Central with the point.
You know, and I think if there's any benefit to when Lindsay's injury happened, is it gives the team plenty of time to work Sarah in. Not that she's not already comfortable, but make her even more part of the team.
Yeah, and that is an unfortunate story for Lindsay, that tore one ACL last year and missed most of the season, and then did the other one this year to miss a good portion of the rest of the season. Nice block. Oh, great dig, Rasmussen.
Holy cow, where did Nora come up with that?
Yeah, I thought that was down. Now Meserve does the same thing. Rasmussen cross, great dig, Arnold. Rasmussen with another dig on Alexandria Arnold. Right side, Workman blocked to the back row and score it.
Good ball movement.
Eliana Baumstark, out of Worland. It was a Baumstark out of Worland. Cody Baumstark, I believe. Cody. Played basketball at Worland, played against Riverton when Riverton won the 3A state championship that year. And then went on to Sheridan College and played a couple of years of basketball there before Sheridan nixed their program. Tall, blonde-headed Baumstark from Worland, and here's another tall Baumstark from Worland as they'll set it over past her. Third opportunity put over by Presley Ryan. And Baumstark will throw one down the middle and tally. 11-10 the score now. Central has 4 kills. Northwest has 4 kills. Northwest has 2 service errors. Central has 1. Central 11 digs. Northwest 10. Northwest 2 blocks, 1 block Central. And now another block. Baumstark and company will get their 3rd block and tie us up at 11 apiece, and that'll be the 4th tie of set number 1. Appreciate you tuning in on RustlerAthletics.com. Thanks to the new media division at Central Wyoming College. Our instructor, Amanda Nikoloff, as Matthews has to go way back to get that one, and baseball swinged over in World Series honor fashion, and they say it's out.
That was darn close, wasn't it?
Thought Coach Buck was going to go look for her green card on the table and challenge that, but she does not. Have you been watching the World Series?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. Did you watch all 18 the other night?
No way.
Good placement by Arnold, Alexandria, and she gets one to just touch a Central player.
It's just so hard to go up with a strong block, and they just are tipping it.
Dink and dive, if you will. 12 apiece. Service error.
I think they've had
number 3. Yep, that's their 3rd.
No, that game the other night, I woke up the next morning, I thought it was over, and 18 innings.
I got to 13 and tapped out.
Did you?
Yeah. And a block by Whitney, and it goes out. And Northwest has their first lead of the match, I believe. Or does that make it 13? That makes it 13. David Kellner is just too quick on that score.
I know he is.
13 apiece. Lead has not changed in this one. Central has led, but Northwest has tied it now 6 times. Workman says, not now. You're not taking the lead here.
That was such good, fast, quick ball movement. Quincy had a beautiful, it was a short set. It didn't get much above the net and just got over there really fast. So there was no time to block that one.
Coco Dennison, real name Cameron, serving. Tapped over again. Dennison dives to the ground and pulls it up. And into the net. Sends Riley Arnold. Eva Murray from Green River High School, freshman, is in as Dennison puts one just on the tape, saved by Modishaw. And here come the Rustlers. Lena fires one to the back corner, and trying to save it best she could was Modishaw. And that'll get a timeout out of Coach Buck. And Central with a 16-13 lead after we were tied for the 6th time at 13 apiece. Central has rattled off 3 consecutive and have a 3-point lead midway through set number 1.
And it's kind of a matter of not really CWC playing poorly. Northwest was really smart with the ball and the ball placement, not really playing power volleyball, and that's kind of got us on our heels a little bit as we try to adjust to react to that.
I'm not sure if you got a TiVo on this or not, so if you're going to watch the baseball game later, turn your volume down. But I've been rooting for the Blue Jays, and I was rooting for the Brewers, obviously, for Bob Euchre's stance on the other side. Those were the teams I was rooting for down the stretch, and the Blue Jays happened to make it in. And but it's hard to not like Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah,
and
isn't it?
Some of the pitching staff for the Dodgers. It's easy not to like some of the other players.
Yes. Yep.
But at the same time, it's like, how can you not root for the Dodgers? They're like America's team in baseball. But I've been rooting for the underdogs. I've been rooting for the Blue Jays. And top of the first, they already have 2 runs on the Dodgers.
I love Clayton Kershaw. He's been one of my favorite for a long time. So.
Did you see, and I had no idea, that he was the pitcher and Matt Stafford, the quarterback of the LA Rams, was his catcher in high school baseball?
No, I never had seen that. Really?
As they're going to call Northwest in the net. Can you imagine?
Matt Stafford was his catcher?
Matt Stafford was the catcher in high school for Clayton Kershaw. And on top of that, then Kershaw was the center for Matt Stafford at quarterback on the football team when they were in high school.
No way.
Imagine what they have just facing them as an opponent. 5 straight for Central, by the way. A 5-0 run since we were tied at 13s. I heard that on the broadcast the other night, which I think, being a broadcaster and having favorites, as Whitney blocks another one down, and that is now 7 straight for Central. 6 straight, excuse me.
I just started watching the Dodgers when I was growing up playing Legion ball here in Riverton, and Steve Garvey and Ron Say and all those guys. That was my favorite.
Was it Bob Welch and Fernando Valenzuela in the World Series? And, and those guys, and Central now has made it 7 straight since 13 apiece. A 7-0 run, blowing this one open in the middle of game number 1. Block and a tally for Scammon.
The hard part about this is Northwest, they're kind of just playing for pride these last couple of games because they have 1 loss, right? And so there's no way that even with one victory, that they could get into the tournament. So just kind of pride right now. There.
Another touch by Central. Outside Rasmussen, down the line, it comes back. Rasmussen tried to put it over. Whitney's going to punch it over.
Holy cow.
Cross and out.
They thought that was down, so they kind of stepped back, and she bumped it over and ended up getting the point. Way to stick with it.
It's an 8-1 scoring run at the moment. But speaking as a broadcaster and not watching a lot of baseball all year, I absolutely am enthralled with John Smoltz's baseball knowledge.
Oh, my gosh.
As a color man. He's like Tony Romo on steroids with baseball, the way Tony Romo calls and anticipates plays and coverages and stuff. And John Smoltz is amazing.
Yeah, his brain has so much information in it.
And he wasn't even the best pitcher on that Braves team when he was a pitcher.
Yep, that's exactly.
With Glavin and Maddox and those guys. Rasmussen, Cross, Arnold, good job. Another Arnold to the outside, blocked by Whitney, but out of bounds. And Northwest will stop the bleeding for a bit right now after a 9-2 run at the moment right now. We had a gentleman that lived in Riverton for a while named Bud Daly, just recently passed away within the last couple of months. He was on the mound when the Yankees won the 61 World Series for the Yankees. Nice kill by Rasmussen.
Was he really?
And he lived in Riverton, then he lived in Lander, then he lived back in Riverton again. And I got to interview him several times, and he would tell the funniest Yogi Berra stories. And he played with Mantle and Maris and Whitey Ford, and just some of the stories that he could tell. And I miss him every fall and every spring when the seasons are about to start, you know, but especially this year, not getting to talk to Bud Daly.
He probably loved the opportunity to do that.
Former Yankee.
That's pretty cool.
He said he found out he was traded to the Yankees. He was playing with Kansas City, and he found out that he got traded to the Yankees because the motel, great pancake by Whitney. The motel had a party line, essentially, in the phones back in the late 50s. And his roommate, I don't know which one, he said, I think it was Mantle, hung up the phone and said, "You just got traded to New York." And he's like, "What?" Pretty soon the door knocks, and you've been traded to New York. He already knew it before they told him that back in the day. But just some of the stories he could tell. A nice play by Maservi to find the campfire.
That's a good story.
And Central has taken game one, 25-16. They blew it open. And they go on a 12-3 run tied at 13s. And they blow the game open, and they take game one, and they're up 1-0. Game two on the way from CWC. We'll do it right after this.
Hot Springs Health is dedicated to providing quality care close to home. Our Riverton Clinic offers comprehensive care for everyone in your family, from infants to geriatrics. Whether you need a routine checkup, specialized pre-post-natal care, or dedicated family medicine, Hot Springs Health is here. We also provide pain management, joint manipulation, and immediate care for your acute needs. And for those important milestones, we also offer all types of physicals for sports, Department of Transportation, and pre-employment. Hot Springs Health Riverton is located at 2002 West Sunset Drive.
Since 1964, Atlantic City Federal Credit Union has proudly served Fremont County. Today, we're Grand Altitude Federal Credit Union, serving all of Wyoming with the same trusted team and values. We're enhancing our focus on simple, smart, seamless banking for our growing community. Join us as we elevate financial possibilities for all Wyoming residents. Grand Altitude Federal Credit Union. Reach new heights. Visit grandaltitude.com.
Fremont Therapy Group has been a proud supporter of Wyoming athletes for over 25 years, providing highly trained clinicians to treat athletes and their families one-on-one. Locally owned by therapists, Fremont values commitment to professionalism, expertise, and community. Our services include hand therapy, orthopedic therapy, pre- and post-rehab, and aquatic therapy, and more. Set up an appointment today in Lander, Riverton, Green River, Rock Springs, Saratoga, or Rawlins. FremontTherapyGroup.com.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Hot Springs.
Game one to Central, 25-16. Six ties, no lead changes other than Central taking a 1-0 lead. 9 kills for Central, 2 apiece for Rasmussen, Ryan, and Whitney. 1 each for Maservi, Workman, and Matthews for CWC. 5 digs for Hallie Reeder Johnson. 3 digs for Rasmussen and for Quincy Matthews. 1 block to Lena Whitney for Central. On the other side, 3 kills for McKinley Scammon. Alexandria Arnold had 2. Kaylee Carlson had 2. Baumstark had 1.
Well, if you watch Eliana Baumstark, she's got that knee taped and she can't even straighten it out. That doesn't look very comfortable.
Yeah, she's got it taped up pretty heavily at a bent angle there. 7 digs by Shyla Arnold, by the way. 14 digs apiece, 3 blocks Northwest, 1 block Central, 3 service errors Northwest, 1 service error Central in game 1. Central up 1-0 in the white and orange. Baumstark blocked Maservi. And Northwest has not led in this contest, although we are 1 point into the second stanza. Tied it 6 times in that first set, but good swing, playing it right on the line was Riley Arnold. Ball's going to sail over, just missed the rafters. Maservi with another block of Baumstark, going to the back line, is scamming to get it. And Rasmussen was going to play that until Hallie Johnson let her know in volume, let that ball go.
You're out of bounds right now.
So she did, and right choice, 2-0. Arnold down the line, touch by Central, and a kill for Alexandria Arnold.
She's only 5'5", but
yeah, all 3 of them are 5'5", and they play taller than that, as we've said
Definitely.
many a time on this broadcast. Rasmussen just inside the pin, down the line and in.
Well, and that was between a gal that's 5'11" and one that's 6'2", so you could say she hit that one.
Coco Dennison and the bench living it up after the kills. And the serve goes deep and out of bounds from Rasmussen, who just tallied the kill. I like the trapper hats on the bench too, by the way. You see the coonskin caps on a couple of the stat keepers for the Northwest lineup.
Davy Crockett.
Bracken Larson is into the game, and she about took one in the face from a diving player trying to save a ball. And Hallie Reeder last year, and now Hallie Reeder Johnson this year, got married in the offseason. So if you hear me call her Reeder or you hear me call her Johnson, it's the same person, and Workman sends it deep and out.
She hit that hard, just didn't snap on it. Golly, that was... Rachel got all of that one, let's put it that way.
Arnold serving. Leads the way with 7 digs, does Shyla. Back set, and down the front of the net is Larson.
Yep, swing error on that one.
Listed at 5'11" out of Elko, Nevada. Coco Dennison into the game for Rachel Workman. Wearing those signature pink shoes. Nice swing by Scammon as she connects.
That was a good attack that time, and right through the middle of 2 blockers.
(5-4) Central, the 1-0 lead and a 1-point lead here in game number 2. Tap over the block. Johnson is there. Ryan, good dig. Arnold. Dennison, and then over the head behind her back. Quincy Matthews finds Pater.
That was, everybody was going away from us, and she just tipped it back towards us, and that was a great play.
That was hit it where they ain't. Good court awareness to find that corner. We will be back on the air Saturday about 1:45, and that one is going to be in the net. Hit this antenna out of bounds. Saturday hosting Western Wyoming College. 1:45-ish airtime. Recognize the 8 sophomores for Coach Kim Davis. They're going to do that before the game or after the game, or do you know
I think before. I think before.
Rasmussen and Whitney try to block that, and it comes back on them. That's always such a catch-22. You get all emotional and then have to go find that focus to get back out there and play the game.
Yep, definitely. I mean, that's pretty big for a school to have 8 sophomores.
It is, as Whitney crosses and tallies. Got it in front of Riley Arnold, and Lena Whitney pounds one down. That is kill number 3 for Lena. Well, you always think, you see these sophomore classes of 3, and you're like, oh, that means we'll have a big sophomore class next year, and then you have 2 the next year. I mean, just the fluid rosters of junior college sports. So kind of an anomaly to see 8 sophomores as Rasmussen scores in the middle.
It really is, you know, and one, Paige Tolman came back, took a couple years off for a mission, and came back and wanted to finish her volleyball career here, which really got to give her credit for that.
They want to touch. Nope. Carlson's shot is long. Central has Northwest doubled up 10-5. This game had been tied 6 times until 13 apiece, and then it has not been close since then, as Central rattled off a 12-3 run to win game 1, 25-16, and now it's 10-6 with Murray. Green River Lady Wolf. Green River high school football team will be in town Friday, taking on the Wolverines of Riverton. That serve goes deep and out. Service error number 4 on the Trappers.
That's going to be a tough game for the Wolverines. The Wolves have improved quite a bit since they played them that first time. So I know Coach Linhart and the rest of the coaching staff is ready for a barn burner.
Block and out. Maservi and Workman there to block it, but it sails wide of the boundary.
That time she ducked enough.
Yeah. Modeshaw back in to serve. Larson comes to patrol the front of the net. 11-7 Central. You can tell the English accent of the soccer
no pressure
players helping out on the cheering sidelines. Nice campfire. They'll say it's down. Campfire by Arnold as she found pay dirt. I go back to last year, I think, was it the Gillette match that
the soccer
fans, the soccer boys, the men's soccer team kind of single-handedly spurred the Rustlers on to a victory in that volleyball match.
Big time.
And then we really haven't seen a cheering output like that since, as Baumstark scores.
That was one of the best comebacks. We were down big time, and I won't forget that. They were a big part of that.
Yeah, that was like a 12-point comeback, I think, late stages of the game.
Yep.
The volume gets louder as Northwest gets closer. Rasmussen blocked. Baumstark and Larson.
CWC looked like they were in a comfortable position and kind of gone flat.
Thought perhaps a Kim Davis timeout. I told her to be a little more animated on the sidelines too. Remember
Yeah, did you say that?
She was pretty stoic on one play that was a pretty big play. She goes, that's just the way it is. I'm like, yeah, I know. Maservi, quick set. Snuck one back at Arnold, and there you see our men's soccer team in the middle of that crowd. Central getting the ball back.
Soccer's played around the world, right? So,
yeah,
volleyball is. So
Kendall McFadden, both are. Kendall McFadden into the game for Central, a Lander Valley High School alum. Workman cross, caroms off the ceiling and down.
Good to see Kendall on the floor. I know that a lot of these girls that don't play a lot are a big part of the success of this team, so it's good to get them a few accolades.
5'7" freshman from Lander, Wyoming, called on to serve. Down the line, score it, Bracken Larson. trading points. Alexandria Arnold serving at Johnson. Matthews back set. Workman goes cross. Kind of scoots through the hand. Great one-hand back by Modishaw, and Northwest will bring it over. The Servey. Great dive, Arnold. At the 10-foot line, poked over by the Trappers. Presley Ryan hammers one down, and a second opportunity can't happen for Modishaw. She got one over there pretty miraculously, but couldn't get over there to get that one. She had a heck of a play on that first one. Couldn't get that one to draw.
I still can't believe watching Peyton Caruth cover the back.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
And not a lot hits the floor on the Casper College six-position player as that one drops into the net by Scammon. And that'll be a Northwest timeout at 15-11. Bottom of the second, Jays lead the Dodgers 2-0.
So we play Western here. I think then Western will be on the road on Friday night.
Yeah, they'll be at Northwest.
So kind of nice this week for the Rustlers to play on Wednesday, get a couple days off until a home Saturday game. You just hopefully you can kind of get going again, I think, is the hard part, especially on sophomore night.
Yeah, Friday, Western will be at Northwest. And then Saturday, Western will be here in Riverton.
Yep. Good way to finish the season.
So we'll be back on the air Saturday for that. Then, next week, it's winter sports season. Put on your mittens and your parka and come watch some men's and women's basketball. November 7th, Rustler basketball will play, the women and the men, playing different opponents. The men, I believe, playing Rocky Mountain JV from a four-year school out of Billings. And the women, I believe, playing Utah State Eastern. Johnson serving out of the timeout. Through the block and a score for Bracken Larson. That's an ace.
That one was a nice, just the bottom fell out of it right in front of Kendall.
31st ace of the season for Arnold, by the way, and then she powers that one out of bounds. And if I'm not mistaken, that is the first ace of the night for the Trappers.
For the Trappers.
Two aces by Central. Coco Dennison firing now for CWC. Cross, Johnson, Presley. Touch by Central. Whitney, touch by the Trappers. And putting that one into the net was Eva Murray, unfortunately for Northwest, and Central scores the point.
These Trappers definitely do a great job of covering the floor, though. They are hard to score any points on.
Dennison skims the net with a hard serve. McFadden got the dig for that one. Cross, Dennison can't get a second opportunity to happen, and Riley Arnold's going to check back into the game for Northwest, as is Taylor Carlson. Again, the three Arnolds are part of quadruplets for Northwest College. There were triplets from Worland High School a while back as well. All three girls played on the basketball team. Nice effort by the Trappers. Quincy, Presley Ryan.
Let me try that again, right? I wonder if that was part of their recruiting is, hey, we'd like to play at the same place.
Four kills for Presley Ryan, by the way. Sorry.
No, I just thinking she needed to fill her roster, and so that was probably a perfect thing for both of them.
Service error number 4 on Central. We had twins last year, and I thought, and we had twins on the soccer team.
Yep.
I thought
That's
Kim
right.
had recruited twins for this year too, or something to that. I wonder if that fell through, or if that was, I was thinking wildly. The service errors, finish it.
Come in pairs.
That's exactly right. That is the 6th service error on the Trappers. Coach Davis calls the serve as Whitney puts it over. Outside Arnold, blocked hard, Sarah Maservi.
That was straight down. Straight down.
2015 Central with a 5-point lead with 5 to go, trying to take a 2-0 lead on the visitors from Northwest College. Hard serve, Whitney. Boy, Central serving well. And into the net it goes by Carlson.
That's one of the things that's nice to see is we've been serving the ball hard, and you know, for as hard as they're serving, really doing a nice job not having a lot of errors.
Central with 2 aces and 4 errors serving, and have a 6-point advantage with 5 to go. Leading already 1-0. 8 sophomores recognized on Saturday. Hallie Reeder-Johnson, Paige Tolman, Lena Whitney, Presley Ryan, Lindsay Stewart, Nora Rasmussen, Sarah Maservi, and Rachel Workman. Region 9 championships will be in Scottsbluff, Nebraska at the Cougar Palace. Western Nebraska College, I guess.
Yep. It'll be, I think, you know, when I saw NJC definitely in first place over there, they hadn't lost a conference matchup, and then Western
They barely
Nebraska
lost a set, let alone a game, and I think they're 20-something and 3, 27 and 3, or some crazy stat like that, leading the way. Of the Mid-Plains region, they call it, and go to the national tournament. So whoever wins undefeated will go, and then whoever ends up with 1 loss will go to the national tournament. Great placement by Carlson, scores a point. Last time, well, one of the last times Central went, the first time they went to nationals, they had qualified at Western Wyoming.
Oh, okay.
Maservi. Then the second time was at Casper. And through the block, and scoring is Carlson. 4-point game with 4 to go.
Well, you know, I mean, bigger upsets have happened. I mean, it's...
Well, Central beat Western last year, and somebody, I guess NJC got beat at the first.
NJC did, yes.
At the first round.
By, I think, Eastern Wyoming,
yes.
wasn't it?
And then Rasmussen scores. Yeah, that's why it's tournament time. That's why they play them.
And there's always upsets. I mean, there's always, that's the fun thing about Region 9 tournament.
Any tournament.
Yep, that's true.
Honestly. Matthews. Arnold over the block. Maservi got a piece of it, misdirected it from Matthews, but Presley Ryan sends it over. Maservi swats at it. Arnold again. Cross in front of Johnson. Good angle in front of Hallie, and scores it. Wolverine volleyball players in the house. They'll head to the Region West 4A region. I believe it's at Kelly Walsh this year. This weekend, as a matter of fact. I think they came in as a 3 seed, did they not?
They'll play Green River.
Yeah.
So both teams play Green River.
Overpass, and Baumstark scores. Baumstark with her 3rd kill.
Talked to Coach Taylor, though. He was just mentioned that, you know, this group has taken them a while to gel together, but they really have played the best volleyball at the end here.
Baumstark, by the way, has 3 blocks to go with her 3 kills. Rasmussen, another hard shot. Good dig by Northwest. And then Johnson, out of all of that, ends up having to free ball it over from behind the play. Central out of position. Baumstark makes him pay.
Need to shut this down or it might get too tight for...
Too close for comfort.
Yeah.
Another block by Baumstark and company. Rasmussen down the line, that's 4. And it's a 1-point game. And Coach Davis will burn her first time out of the match.
Kind of just set back and not on attack mode, and Northwest just kind of climbing back in this.
4-point run for the Trappers to get within 1 at 22-21. They trail 1-0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Appreciate stats courtesy of Buckle Up for Life, Wyoming. 22 kills for Northwest, 19 for Central. Look at the stats here is where I'm looking at. 18 assists for Northwest, 14 for Central. 6 service errors by Northwest, 4 for Central. 26 digs, Trappers, 27 Central, 4 blocks, Trappers, and 3 blocks for CWC. In the individual category, Nora Rasmussen has 5 kills. Alexandria Arnold, that tall 5'5" hitter, has 6 kills to lead the way for Northwest. We said she plays bigger, and she's playing bigger right now with 6 kills to lead Northwest. She also has 6 digs. Shyla Arnold, sister, has 11 digs. 13 assists, Matthews. 10 assists, Modishaw. 12 digs, Hallie Reeder Johnson. Out of the timeout, Northwest has rattled off 4 straight. Rasmussen down the line. Good pickup by Modishaw. Free balled over by Arnold. Matthews at the net, brings it back. Workman pokes it over. Arnold again. Matthews becomes the first hit, so center becomes the libero. Blocking out, and Central scores out of the timeout.
Needed that point. Not really very pretty on that, but got the job done, and I think that was a big point.
There have been no ties and no lead changes in this set after 6 ties and no lead changes in the first set. Central has led from the opening gun, if you will. Block Central, let's say it's out. The block hit the antenna by Central and gives the ball to the Trappers. Arnold serving at Johnson, middle Maservi, through the block or around the block, and it hits the tape and falls to the ground, and it's game point.
I'll have to, I'll bring this up in the next set. Kind of a little interesting trivia here.
4 kills, Maservi, and an ace by Reeder Johnson makes it 2-0. Central winning the first 25-16. They win the second 25-22. We'll be back. Game 3 on the horizon. This is Rustler Volleyball from Rustler Media.
Don't leave your future up in the air. Always wear a seatbelt and reduce your risk of death of serious injury in a crash by almost 50%. Buckle up, Wyoming.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
Welcome to Bailey Tire and Auto Service, your local tire and auto repair specialist in Riverton and Lander. Say no to endless online tire listings and experience the convenience of local service. With unbeatable prices and top quality tires, we're here to change the game. Quality service and expert staff ensure you always get the right fit for your car. Choose local, choose Bailey Tire and Auto, where your satisfaction hits the road.
Hot Springs Health is dedicated to providing quality care close to home. Our Riverton Clinic offers comprehensive care for everyone in your family, from infants to geriatrics. Whether you need a routine checkup, specialized pre-post-natal care, or dedicated family medicine, Hot Springs Health is here. We also provide pain management, joint manipulation, and immediate care for your acute needs. And for those important milestones, we also offer all types of physicals for sports, Department of Transportation, and pre-employment. Hot Springs Health Riverton is located at 2002 West Sunset Drive.
Welcome back to Rustler Gymnasium. Central out to a 2-0 lead, having won 25-16 in the first, 25-22 in the second. And scoreboard operator has not put the scores back to 0 and made it game 3 yet.
What
You
is
still
wrong?
see it on the board. I know.
Jeez, man.
I don't think he is aware that he has not done that yet.
He's going to get fired. I think this is his last job.
You want another interesting baseball factoid?
Yeah.
As we look at the game, and it's still 2-0 in favor of the Blue Jays in the middle of the third. But Brad Paisley has sung the national anthem at the World Series 4 times, and all 4 have gone extra innings. Twice they have gone 18 innings when Brad Paisley sings the national anthem. So I think we can all agree no more letting Brad Paisley sing the national anthem.
I mean, come on. How crazy is that?
Yeah, 2 games have gone 18 innings in the World Series history, and he sang the anthem at both. I mean, David got the scores correct. Got
a little slow.
Hallie and Lena playing cat and mouse before they high-five. Serving it up will be Aiden Modishaw.
Not a whole lot of excitement in the gymnasium right now. You feel like,
well, the home team hasn't trailed yet.
That's true.
In this, so it's just, okay, we're taking care of business. Game 3 underway. Presley Ryan. Arnold, the leading killer for the Trappers. She's got 6. Scammon, Baumstark, and Carlson with 4 each as Workman sends that one out. Guess what? First lead of the night for the Northwest Trappers at 1-0.
Now the crowd can get excited.
Need to hear a little British taunting. There it is. Thank you. Thank you, Isaac.
Right on time.
Maservi. Block by Maservi. Touched by Maservi, and that's going to fall to the ground in front of Matthews and company.
Unfortunately, Sarah couldn't just keep hitting the ball.
Yeah, exactly. You only allotted a certain number on each side of the net. Largest lead of the night for the Trappers. Continues to grow at 2-0. And then Matthews was the second hit. She tried to get out of the way, but the more she tried to get out of the way, the more she got in the way of Presley Ryan. Seen some of our CWC women's soccer team walking wounded from this season. Short serve. 3-0 Trappers, and Maservi is going to put it in to end that little run and put the first points of the board on the board for the black and orange. Whitney back into the front row. Serving, Hallie Johnson. Arnold. Block over pass Arnold again. Saved by Rasmussen in the back row.
More ricocheting going on there.
Yeah, pinballed that all over the place. Workman tries to go close to the net. Ricochets off of the netting and goes to the ground, and that'll be a Northwest point. Matthews, Whitney, point Central.
Been good to see Whitney have some good swings tonight. She's going to have to play well if we're going to do very do very well at tournament.
4th kill. Setter has to go way to the back to go get that Modishaw. Whitney taps it. Arnold is there. Modishaw sails back into the picture, and then putting it into the net. It's Carlson. Three returners on the CWC women's basketball team for Coach Keith Wyatt. 6 returners for Pat Rafferty in his 2nd consecutive year, his 5th year overall as the CWC men's coach, with an interim in between. I wouldn't say interim, he had a G League NBA coaching gig in the midst of that as Central scores.
He played when he coached here. How long did he coach previously?
3. And then this is his 2nd back, so his 5th overall. And another Northwest tally. Spent some time in Casper College, Midland, Texas. A couple of stints, I think, down there. And the NBA, as the G League, the D League. They've changed the label on that a couple of different times. So 5-4 Trappers. Whitney is out. 6-4 Trappers. Central a 2-0. Trying to stay in the hunt for a number 2 seed at the Region 9 tournament. And a service error by Arnold into the net. 7th of the match for the Trappers. Central has 4 errors, 3 aces. Presley Ryan to serve for CWC. Skemen kind of had a little indecision how she was going to play that, but it worked out well as Eva Murray puts one down in the middle.
Got all 3 Arnolds on the floor now.
I have a 50% chance of saying the right name on a play-by-play now. Riley Arnold serving. Back set Whitney. Roll shot, and it bounces down, and they'll call Northwest in the net. So how does that work stat-wise? I would have given it a kill because they didn't play it, but the official call was Northwest in the net.
I think the net is going to take,
unfortunately. Take the kill away then.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty generous stat keeper, as you've noticed. Rasmussen.
What?
Just long and out. It's a good thing you don't have a green card to show up here. And by green card, that's how they indicate the challenge of the call, not your immigration status. Good dig. Arnold in the back row. Arnold with a swing. Rasmussen blocked emphatically by Bracken Larson. That's maybe their best block of the night right there by Bracken Larson. You see on the left side of your screen that little Davy Crockett Trapper coonskin hat. I like those. Those are crafty. Joel Kindle would tell you a story once about Ken Rocklett's fame, the Trappers.
Yeah.
Joel suggested that, you know how some teams will use a towel when they come in to swap out. He said, have them take a musket out there, you know, like for Trader musket or something, and Ken Rockletts decided that was not going to happen.
He didn't like that idea.
Central gets the point. And they trail 9-7 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Just skims the tape of the top of the net. Arnold blocked. You know, Servey and Workman.
I mean, Region 9 basketball has always been good, but think about back in those days with Rocklets and Bruce Hoffman.
Sweet Erickson.
Yeah, you know, those guys stuck at those jobs and coached there for years.
Is it Grafey? Ben
Grafey was one of my good buddies, so it's just been a lot of good players
Three
and
straight by
coaches.
Central, by the way. Sorry.
No,
makes
that's
it,
just
makes
kind
it
of
9-9. Yeah, those are kind of the talking glory days.
Yeah,
there
really.
a little bit. Haven't had too much longevity on the men's side in the last several years. This nice clip that time by the Trappers, and they stop a 3-0 scoring run by Central to take a 10-9 advantage.
So, yeah, the other night I turned on TV to watch some volleyball, and Syracuse and Boston College are playing. And I'm like, Kim, isn't that where your libero went? And, ooh, a block. Jeez.
Bob Stark.
And Rana Yamada played here Kim's first year, then transferred to Arizona Western for a year, and was the starting libero for Syracuse.
Wow. That is maybe one of the higher transfers we've seen out of Central Lyman College.
Isn't that crazy? She was the libero of the year here in Region 9, then was libero of the year from Arizona Western, and then recruited to play at Syracuse. So pretty cool.
I would have really liked to have seen, I cannot remember her name, Bowden Liljedahl.
Yes.
She was the libero for Eastern Wyoming. She is playing, but I think it's a small school in California, as Kendall McFadden hits the top of the net and gets one to drop for Central.
And see how Bowden's doing. I wish it gone a little bit larger, because we talked to her playing some big schools.
That's the third ace of the season for Workman. Cross and
yeah, you had mentioned that.
Some
you know?
big name volleyball schools, and then she decided to go out and play basketball for Eastern Wyoming College, and I visited with her then, and she's like, I don't even know if I'm going to go play now. She just kind of was disenchanted by the whole recruiting process. Oh, nice play right between a couple of Lady Rustlers with miscommunication, and Scammon will score.
Yeah, so I wonder how she ever chose to go there, and why, and all that goes into that decision.
Times just think it takes the joy out of it in that process sometimes. Cross is out.
You know, I think that's definitely true. You got to just kind of weigh that out and say, how bad do I want to keep doing this? Because these require so much work that I think a lot of people don't even realize, between class and workout and practice, meetings, film.
Oh yeah, it's a full-time job, and that play is in by Taylor Carlson. Bowden Liljedahl is a road runner, CSU Bakersfield. Is Bowden Liljedahl, just in case you're wondering.
I wonder.
Nice job by Whitney to put that through.
Is it they're a D1 program? I'm sure they got to be, because there's only. I wonder who they play in conference with.
They'll play Cal Poly on Halloween, in case you want to check that out. Free ball is deep corner. Dennison plays it wisely. I think it would have been in. Central has back the lead, by the way, 14-13 amidst our sidebar discussions. Whitney puts it out. They want a touch.
I thought there was a touch on that.
And the three people that matter most did not think that. The two officials in the back.
I wonder how many times Kim is going to call that this season, a green card.
What is she, 1 for 1? And she said she only did that for a timeout?
Yeah. Yep. I think she's kind of anti-challenge card.
Oh, your Dodgers have scored. Enrique Hernandez hits a solo home run. Is that Kike?
Yeah, should.
No, it's a different guy.
Is it?
Yeah. Kike does not have a dark handlebar mustache, as we get a 3 quick points by Northwest, and they have put themselves out 16-14 with the timeout come for
Well, darn it.
Coach Davis.
Get a little breathing room and then lay an egg.
Well, and they won. Oh, game 1 was ties at 13 apiece, and then it was a 12-3 run after that. I mean, it was Katie bar the door, it's
Closed
over.
Closed
Second
it out.
one tightens up 25-22 after Central had taken, I think, a 10-5 advantage in set number 2. And now Northwest has their first leads of the entire evening. 6 ties, 2 lead changes in this stanza, and have a 16-14 lead on a 3-0 run. I was watching, I want to say it was Boston College, maybe, playing somebody. And this is a D1 volleyball program, right? And they're playing in a gym about this size. It was like a multi-events complex. There's hardly any seats in it, and a great block by Whitney. And there's a gal serving, and then you just see some guy doing lat pull-downs on the other side of a glass door. Is that the same one?
Yeah, because this base Boston College gym, I'm like, that's a Division I.
Yeah, and like where Presley Ryan was serving, you look behind her, and there's a guy doing just some random student doing lat pull-downs behind there at this D1 volleyball match. So.
Yep, I saw that too. I was like, wow. We know where all the money goes to in that program.
Yeah. Baseball, probably. 17-15 Trappers serving Riley Arnold. Rasmussen picked up by Arnold. Cross Johnson is there. Back to Nora, off a block. Great job, Arnold, in the back row. Murray puts a deep corner. Ryan is there. 10-foot line, Rasmussen. Little jumping roll shot away from the net. Pushed over with the left hand, Murray. That one's a tough set to get to. Too low and poked over by Rasmussen, but out of bounds.
Gotten down by 3 here. A little urgency out there.
Back outside. Whitney just past a diving Arnold.
And Nora about forearm shivered her to the ground there, man.
Exuberant excitement.
Yeah, from little old Nora, man.
18-16, Central down 2. Good dig, Dennison. Oh, geez. Matthews just kind of floors Maservi to get at that second hit. And Ryan from the back row. Touch off this roof.
Oh, my God.
And Central wins the point.
The crazy thing is that I think that would have been called a double touch back in the day, but they don't really call that much anymore.
That one goes out to Northwest. We'll get a stop and play. Have to watch a replay.
Did you find it?
Yeah, it's just kind of weird how it happened. Back to a 2-point Northwest lead at 19-17. The Maservi deep corner, great placement. Arnold can't get enough of it to make the second hit. And Maservi with a kill. 19-18.
Sarah's made several good adjustments to those sets, and
That is her 8th kill, by the way.
Just does a great job of reading the floor.
Matthews will send it into the net. 5th service error on Central. Coach Davis has a timeout remaining, and got to think that may be coming sooner than later. Trinity Frank is going to come in to serve, a Red Lodge Montanan, 5'6" sophomore. Back row, Presley. Frank is there to dig it up. Blocked by Maservi and Workman, and they'll tally. Cuts the lead in half at 20-19. Murray back in, Arnold back in. Kendall McFadden back in to serve for Nora Rasmussen. Nora's been one of their better servers, but
she
has
high risk.
High risk, high reward,
yeah.
yes. McFadden deep. Oh, played it. It's close. Rolls shot by Arnold. Maservi throws deep corner. Riley Arnold is there this time. Back row. And a kill for Scammon.
That's the only bad thing about solo block in the middle there on those back row kills is if they ricochet anywhere but straight back down, it's going to be a point.
Scammon and Alexandria Arnold now with 6 kills apiece. Arnold hasn't had one in a while, though.
No.
She entered this set with 6 kills. Matashaw, the setter, serving. They also have her listed as a right side, so she can probably hit as well, but she's the setter, and Arnold scores off the block of Maservi and Workman. Her 7th kill now, her first of this set, and Northwest is out to a 3-point advantage. And there's the timeout. So with that timeout, I want to go to a replay here if we can, and you're looking right here, as you can see my mouse right in the middle of the CW right here, and right now both Quincy and Sarah are in the air to block, and there's the block, and then Quincy just kind of runs over to get there to the situation, but yowza, that was a wild.
And then win the point.
Yeah, and then wins the point on top of it, but kind of, you do what you got to do as the number 2 hitter. You got to get there to make that second hit for CWC. 22-19, Northwest has kind of been in control of this one since, well, almost since the get-go, because they had that early lead and have hung on to that.
Yeah, they just haven't played really great, but Northwest just making the most of the mistakes that we do make.
Northwest trying to get back into this contest, trailing 2-0, and Johnson sends that one back over. Back row, blocked by Maservi. She read that.
I see. I just said, yeah, that's a tough single block, but that time it worked out as she just shut it straight down.
Puts that Scammon kill to bed. Nice job by Maservi. Johnson serving. 2-point game. Bomb starts, blocked by Ryan and Whitney. CWC women's basketball team waiting in the wings to take the court in practice here tonight. Timeout call by Coach Buck. At 22-21, Central's rattled off a couple straight since the timeout. Each go ahead.
I don't think I could practice right now. I mean, it's 20 more minutes till my bedtime.
Well, it has been 30-some years since you and I could have practiced like that, so.
I just have to
I'm
laugh.
amazed that they have a pregame meal 40 minutes before they play, and I'm like, what? Wouldn't have a pregame meal 4 hours before I played, so back in the day maybe, yeah, but no, not 30 kills apiece in this one, but Central with a 132 average. Northwest at .066. 7 service errors by the Trappers, 2 aces, 5 errors by Central, 4 aces. Tap over, Matthews is there, so Reeder Johnson becomes the second hit. Presley Ryan tallies off of Arnold and ties the match at 22.
Yeah, that's a nice job by Presley. She was kind of definitely farther back and more off than we usually see her approach. Made the adjustment.
Ball just scoots over. Central gets into attack mode. Ryan free balls it over on a little roll shot. Arnold inside the 10-foot line. Brought back up by Hallie, but hits the net and falls to the ground, and Northwest has back a 1-point advantage. Hopefully Coach Davis remembers to send us a player in the post game to chat with.
Hey, it worked.
It worked.
It worked.
They get the service error out of him. He needs new material, though, because he needs to find a new way to say no pressure.
If you can say whatever you want if you have that accent, and it will work.
It sounds intimidating either way. Timeout called. Neither team has a timeout left at 23 apiece. Central trying to end this one and win their 4th straight for the first time this season. They've won 3 straight twice now, both in conference play. Just kind of tells you how hard the non-conference season was for the Rustlers. But they've won 3 in a row twice and on the verge of trying to win their 4th in a row.
I told my wife that, I laughed because if they win tonight and then win on Saturday, they'll still have a losing record overall.
With a 6-game win streak.
Yeah.
And a 6-game win streak heading into the Region 9 tournament.
And that, I think that just shows you how tough a lot of those tournaments were that we played in to start the season.
I chatted with Marcus Horwood, the head soccer coach of the men's team, and he said we had 16 matches and 8 of them were against top 20 teams this season. And yet they still had their most historic, prolific, history-making season ever, despite playing that. That got touched. Rasmussen let it go. I don't think she saw the touch. And it's game point Northwest, trying to put a crooked number on the game's one of their side of the scoreboard.
So he intentionally did a schedule that way too then.
Yeah, they went and played some Arizona schools down on a road trip over Labor Day. And of course you got Otero, who's the Rasmussen kill. Actually, excuse me, it's Presley Ryan with the kill. Yeah, Otero in there twice that's ranked from Region 9. And Casper, if they're not ranked, they're always tough in men's and women's soccer. I guess insert sport here when you're talking about Casper. Tough in all aspects. Blocked Central, but poked right back over. It's 24 apiece. And Central has got match point coming up at 25-24 as they come off the deck and have scored 3 straight. Meservey, Ryan, and Whitney all with 7 kills apiece. Rasmussen has 6. 3 straight points Central. Can they make it 4 to end the match? Outside. Through the block. Dennison picks it up, though. Back row, Ryan deep. Arnold picks it up. Outside. Swing. Tally for McKinley Scammon. Kill number 8. Oh, wait a minute.
Hit that, number 5 on her kill was Scammon. Scammon hit the net, and they called a net violation.
And that ends the night. Net violation on the final kill of the evening, and Central takes set 3, 26-24, and thus ends the night.
Well, that's kind of a bummer way to go. That was a nice kill by Scammon, but her shoulder came down in the net, so legitimate call there.
It was a great kill, but unfortunately the landing and follow through cost them. So Scammon ends with 7 kills tonight. We'll come back with some final stats, and we'll chat with a Rustler as team kind of talking amongst themselves. I'm not sure if it was a serious leader talk, but then they all danced out of there. So I'm not 100% sure on how this transpires, but hopefully you might want to send an email to her Apple Watch or text and see if we can get a player up here. Takes a look at some final stats. Your post-game show is brought to you by Bailey Enterprises. Scoreboard has been a service of Fremont Chevy. Team's getting a standing ovation from the Rustler women's basketball team, who's going to take the court here in a minute and practice. And we'll have final stats and the postgame show after this break. This has been Rustler Volleyball. They win in 3, 25-16, 25-22, and 26-24.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
Ding dong.
Mountain Dude?
The mountain's calling.
Give me a mountain, lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dream. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and that cool, refreshing mountain dew. Yeah, give me the sunshine, give me a
Back to Central Wyoming College. CWC victorious in 3, 25-16, 25-22, and then come from behind, scoring the final 3 points of the match, down 24-22. Actually, 4-0 scoring run to make it a 26-24 win. Had a couple of guests with us first, Nora Rasmussen, and hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell me about this one. Tied at 13's match 1 and then 12-3 run. What happened there?
Coco had an amazing serving run in that first set, and we just did a good job of keeping the ball on our side so that she could keep serving strong. And, yeah.
Did you pick up where you left off against Cwc, or was this a little down from maybe what you saw last Saturday?
I feel like the competition might be a little bit lower than what we saw last week at Cwc, but we are on such a huge high after that game that we just came out today just really wanting to continue that high and want to win.
Yeah, you've won 4 in a row for the first time this season. So you had a 3-game win streak in conference before, and now a 3-game and now a 4-game. And got to keep it up. You can't let down on Saturday.
That's what I'm saying. That's the plan.
And so tell me about playing with these other girls on here, the 7 other sophomores that are going to be recognized, and get some of the emotions out before Saturday a little bit.
I adore each and every one of them so much. I mean, some of us have played club together before. Like, we've kind of just known each other for the longest time. It feels like we've known each other forever. So this is kind of just like a bittersweet moment that it's all coming to an end on Saturday.
Yeah, and have you been fired from the mailroom or something? I haven't seen you in the mailroom. Or now you're a Steve's employee now.
I technically work for Steve. I only work in the mailroom 2 times a week.
Okay.
So
I thought maybe you'd been bounced from there for...
No, not yet. I'm trying to get out of there.
For
but
something. Who was... If you had to pick a player of the game, who would it be?
I would say probably Coco. She played amazing defense. Her serve receive was in system, and her serving really, really strong today.
10 digs and an ace for Coco. And Nora, thank you for coming up.
Thank you.
Good luck Saturday.
Thank you so much.
You betcha. And Nora Rasmussen is guest 1 and guest 2 here in a second. And if you're hungry, you go ahead and... Okay, all right. Just checking. We'd been given some bear claws up here. Appreciate that, but they're huge. You and I could share one of those and still have some left over. Quincy Matthews.
How you guys doing?
I'm
good.
well. How are you?
I'm good.
I gave you heck the other day.
Good.
I said you did not fill out my survey.
That's true. I did not.
And
we're at the end of the season, and we just find that out now.
Yeah, we're gonna tell us about Quincy. No, tell us about the 4-game win streak you guys are on.
Oh, we're feeling good. We're feeling really good about it. It's just good to know that I can rely on my team to pull out these wins right now, especially coming up on the end of the season where we're getting ready for the regional tournament and everything.
There's 8 sophomores on this team, and then you're the freshman out there directing traffic, setting. How has college volleyball been compared to what you thought it might be?
Good question. It's nice that it's still volleyball. That's how I was like, it's a little intimidating coming in and saying, okay, it's a little bit of pressure and stuff, but it's nice that it's still volleyball and it's faster. It's a lot of work, but I love it.
And embrace that competition, the higher level then?
Yes.
24 assists tonight, 8 digs, and 1 truck, as we call it, when you ran over Sarah on that. And tell me about that play.
Well,
I played it on a replay too, by the way. So.
Good. I'm so glad. I'll go back and watch it. The setter's job is to get that second ball. I saw her there. We were both kind of erratic, but I said, I've got to get that. So, I mean, you got to do what you got to do and get them out of the way.
I think it looked worse to us than it maybe was on the court, because I think maybe she half dove out of the way as opposed to being pushed in the back by you. But, yeah, that's the mentality that you've got to have. I asked Nora this, but who would you give a game ball to as the player of the game tonight?
Player of the game.
You guys see stuff differently than we see it. You know, we see stats, and she pointed out Coco and the way she played in that big run in the first game. Maybe who you thought might be a player of the game in this one.
Player of the game, one of the people I can always count on is Rachel Workman. She's always there. She's always ready to put the ball away. I give her credit every time for it. I love setting with her. I love playing with her. She always, as a setter, you have to have your hitters who are willing to communicate with you and let you know, hey, this ball needs to be a little bit higher. This one needs to be pushed out. But she comes to me and she's like, hey, great set, but a little bit back, a little bit, like, just giving me things to work on, but never anything bad about it.
All right.
She's always there.
Devin, anything?
I wondered, this year stepping into junior college, what adjustments or what have you been surprised about coming from high school to this level that's different than maybe what you expected?
I feel like the level of, like, not only just the speed, but like the level of focus. Like in high school, you have those people you play against who just aren't quite as like strong hitters. Like the speed and you have to just zone in. Like there's always
and that
stuff
volleyball
going on.
IQ probably
yes,
as well.
The volleyball IQ is huge. I can feel it. Like as I've been here, I feel like I can feel the improvement of myself, but also like the most surprising thing is probably how much you rely on your teammates. Because in high school, you sit there and you're like, I mean, of course, you still got to rely on it, but how I rely on my back row so much. Like Coco Dennison, she's always there picking up those pieces that you got to rely on each other.
4 in a row in line, if the Stars align to take that number 2 seed. And got one more to go, though, and keep that focus on Saturday.
Yes.
Anything for us?
No, thank you guys so much.
I'll send you that link. You fill out that survey. We'll
okay,
talk about that.
I will.
We'll get that from you as a sophomore next year. Quincy, thanks. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Quincy Matthews, CWC setter. Team victorious tonight. She had 24 assists, 8 digs in this one. 7 kills from 4 different rustlers tonight. Rasmussen, Maservi, Ryan, and Whitney. 3 for Workman. Quincy had a couple herself with those 24 assists. 16 digs, Hallie Johnson. Coco Dennison, 10 digs tonight for Central. On the other side, Alexandria Arnold, 8 kills, 7 for McKinley Scammon. Baum Stark and Carlson, 5 each. Murray, Larson, 3 each. Shyla Arnold had 1 to go with 21 digs tonight. 5 assists and 2 aces for her as Central wins it 25-16, 25-22, 26-24. Devin, and that's going to put the wraps for us till Saturday.
Yeah, a nice win. I just would say they probably aren't really happy with how they won tonight, but a win's a win, and got a tough game coming up on Saturday. Western Wyoming and CWC, always a rival, and Coach Friedan will have her team ready, and hopefully we can shake off sophomore night and get get the job done.
4 in a row, Central has won. Big thanks to Amanda Nikoloff. Our director has been Neil Hushbeck. Our camera operators, Ryan Hostetter and Gordon Ferris. Student-run operation here tonight from CWC. We appreciate everything they do. He's Devin Davis. I'm John Gabrielson. Thanks for watching. This has been a presentation of Rustler Athletics. We're back with you Saturday, 1:45 in the afternoon for the final home game of the season for CWC Volleyball.